하나생명 e스포츠 대 젠지 e스포츠.
A bulkier front line for Nongshim. They do have decent dive threats. Their comp scales pretty well. And they've kind of managed things decently. Are going to see the Poppy coming for carrier though. And I think T1 pretty happy with what they got, right? They have the Rumble for Doran, a phenomenal pick. This strong skirmishing mid-jungle. They have Jin for Guma. They have Poppy for carrier. I don't think it's the best Game 1 draft we've seen for T1, but the bar was very high for that, right? The fact that carrier doesn't have Bard, immediately I think Nongshim have handled things better than some teams, but still, it's a lot of power for T1, and they're going to be very happy with what they've got.
Let's jump onto the Rift for game number 1. Alex has actually had a little bit of a resurgence here in the LCK, so Faker not having the greatest of times up against this Orianna. Tough matchup, obviously, but good to see that Calyx is playing it out the way that he's supposed to. Okay, good. We're safe. We're safe. Lane swap does come in.
Very early swap come through, getting King another top lane matchup, and also saw Ju picking up this big wave in the top side, but they have lost out on a lot of farm as a result.
Worried for Kingen as well, because this is one of Doran's favorite champions. He's been fantastic, especially like team fighting on the Rumble as carrier does go in. He's just getting a little bit of harassment down on this Poppy. Working out quite well, which is not exactly a brave thing to say, based on how they've been playing all the time. However, carrier is going to have to use the flash to get out of the way of Lehens, who is now looking to turn his attention towards Gumayusi. Gideon in position. Was there a little bit late to affect the players. Faker walks over a ward, and Ona looks to take down the Drake in response to that topside
aggression. To get a bit of magic resist, but I just feel like the Rumble does so much damage now.
Yeah, and he's also just going to be able to equalize the wave, and that's not very equal, actually, because it does mean that once again they are going to have so much control in this lane swap scenario.
And obviously, Rumble's always been pretty good in lane swap situations because of the power of the equalizer.
Oh dear. Kingen was looking to try and get in line of these minions so that he could get that Bella's breath off. As we can see, not going to be able to Searing Charge this one as Gumayusi reloading! He was reloading at him! He's got bullets, Ox.
He's got 4 of them.
Oh, there's one. There's a grenade, 2, 3. And there's the 4th one. Bit of damage onto Lehens. Carrier able to get a whole lot more off as well. The reload does come through. 2 more left in the chamber, and the last one will do it. First blood over to Gumayusi. And Jiu, he's on the hunt, but unfortunately, his cow was hunted.
Jiu actually doing so much damage in return there, but the support wasn't there from the rest of the team. You know, if Gideon had come in, if Calyx had come in.
Valdez did dive into Twitch chat. What was he saying? Where is it? Where is it? There aren't any Walmarts on the space, Orcs, as it turns out. Doran's also just going to burn Jiu down. Yeah, the tick rate actually does look like it was improved somewhat. The flash forward as the barrier comes down, and no flash for Doran means no way out. A little bit overexcited there, but great positioning from Jiu. Oh, tries to kill Jiu.
It feels overheated there. Oh,
whoa, okay. Carrier in a little bit of trouble as the ricochets are flying through, but does run out of them as Gumayusi is able to get himself to relative safety. You can. Looks like Nongshim a little bit more interested in this Herald that's going to be coming up in 23 seconds time. Gideon wanting to move up towards his top lane, but Doran does have this control ward, so he will know exactly what's going on. But it is Calyx. This guy is dangerous. Speaking of danger, the Deadly Flourish is going to come on through, and Lehens down to 50% health. A full combo, I will allow him to have his. As Shockwave going to pull back Doran after the flash. Very nicely done. Still gets the flash out of Calyx, but going to be a relatively even trade. Still, T1 now with positional advantage over this Herald.
Oh, they're looking for it now.
Okay. Captive audience going to slow up Gideon as he's making his approach. Teleport in from King, and let's see whether the Ornhorn does come down. Bellows Breath to eat the CC out of Faker, but the taunt will still come on through, and Nongshim, I just think that they're realizing they're too late. Not going to bite off more than they can chew.
What are you going to get on the back of this, right? You committed a TP, you moved in. Raptors, maybe?
Well, there is a little bit of a headbutt pulverize onto Faker. Nice double taunt to come on through as he's buying a lot of time. And the problem is, that means the rest of T1 are making their way over. The Unbreakable Will comes down. Nice double pulverize there from Lehens, but the curtains have been called. Flash out from Lehens means that he's just definitely dead. I don't know why we're pressing that button right there, but
by overcommitting on that side of the jungle, now you've given T1 great opportunity to Herald mid, and Dragon is now spawned. It's 3rd Dragon of the game for T1. And we're kind of just waiting for the Galio. Faking out here, they're moving in.
Yeah, Ram comes down, there's the equalizer, but it is going to tag Doran this time. The knock up onto Faker, but he still gets the ult off, and down goes Doran to start this fight off. Now Calix trying to get himself out, but he will not be able to. Ona with that Crescent Guard is able to lock him down. That is actually going to be feats of strength as well, but Ona still going to fall. Pulverized, flashed out of the way of by Gumayushi, but I don't think they're taking a dragon unless Carrier has something to say about it, as Faker punches with justice and takes down Jiu. Gideon over the top. It should be the kill onto Carrier, and it will be, as Gideon does get the Q off. There's not a lot of damage left remaining there, here, though, for Nongshim, as Gideon does manage to sidestep the curtain, as Faker will just punch his way over to this side of the map and should be able to keep himself alive.
And no blue trinket available at this moment, but Lehens is moving in.
Yep, walking up, does manage to get vision, as they don't actually sweep it out just yet. Still, they're turning on to Carrier. Equalizer comes through, gets a fair bit of work done as Carrier finds the heroic charge. And now the taunt is going to connect. Faker was just waiting for Gio to go over the wall. It's beautifully played. And even though it's a quadra pulverize, it does not matter at all, because Kingen and Calix are a million miles away.
Great play there from Carrier, finding the Sivir again with the flash play, and now Calix is going to do his best to try and force this off. The General comes in. King can just block this, though.
Yeah, heroic entrance is going to get Faker in immediately, as the curtain going to be held, but I think it is going to go away. The triple taunt going to come down for Faker as he holds Gideon in position. Steph's presence continues to do so as he'll burn down. It's a double for Doran, maybe even a triple here, as he's just going to obliterate on. Down he goes. Faker grabs that kill, and that's going to be Otacon as well. T1, phenomenal team fight, put themselves in such a good spot. And Nongshim do want to deny this if they can, but it is just going to be a massive difficulty as Hex Splash in from Carrier, looking for a possible opportunity, an avenue forward. As Lehens comes over, that is goodbye to the Orianna, but Heva pulverized to connect onto Carrier, and he just goes down. That's a kill over to the Sivir as Kingen buys so much space, just wandering off to the side. He is going to die. But a 1-for-1 and a dragon going over to Nongshim probably feels pretty good. Still, T1 have now taken up occupation of Nongshim's side of the map, and it may not be a place that Nongshim can get out of. Heroic entrance, Jiu going to have that spell shield as he flashes. Wind becomes lightning, still connects, but there's the shockwave. The pulverize on top, and Ona will be going down. Jiu's still alive this time, but Doran has found him, and he's got a dangerous flamethrower. Down goes the Sivir. There's the ace for T1, and a moment there for Nongshim, and then it was snuffed out. And Ona hits 3,000 assists.
There you go, huge achievement in T1. It looks like the play was going to come in for Nongshim. The shockwave is big, the CC's there, but they hold strong.
Huge cheer from the crowd here, as look at that, still standing, by the way.
Oh man, look at the T-pose. That's aura right there. The position Nongshim in, oh no.
Oh dear. Well, medium rare?
He gets out.
Yeah, Lehens is going to be all right.
He's got nothing to threaten with that ult.
Yep, and now just flashes on in as well, can deliver a gargoyle. So right in on top, and down goes the jungler. That is just going to be freedom there onto the Baron, as Gumayushi was tanking up at said Baron because he was the last one left in the Baron pit, but he'll be absolutely fine. No one's there to contest.
The moment. Take it is very strong. I would not go in on that. Oh, Calix.
All right, well, there is a little bit of a drive-by there as Calix was actually seen from the sky.
Where's he going?
He is just going to stand here and go back to base. That is his attempt. And it will be successful. There we go.
To go for the...
well, Shockwave is going to connect, but Jiu is once again lying on the floor.
Yeah, not ideal for Nongshim.
Yeah, I'm going to say subpar on that one, as Equalizer goes down. Not the most value here for this one, but the Pulverize coming on through there onto Carrier. And Lehens not going to find too much. Nice little searing charge, but the double taunt. And Gideon, he's melting, and there's the Harpoon to finish him off. Lehens gets tagged by the Flame Spitter. The curtains have been called, and I think it is indeed curtains here for Nongshim in this first game. T1 just a little bit too good here today, and have been, honestly, for weeks now.
Feels like even if you have an okay early game, even if some things are going right for you, once you get to the neutral game, once you get to those neutral objectives, the setup in the mid game, you have to do everything right and more to stand a chance. Oh, are they going to look for him?
Yeah, Faker just trying to get his flash on cooldown, and he will effectively do that as T1. I mean, it was closer than it could have otherwise been.
You don't flash in time, okay, the game's over. It just kind of feels like that's what happens, and it's especially frustrating because Jiwoo, there was some fights where he was pumping out damage and it felt like he was starting to become a threat, and then he dies, and then it's like, well, that's game.
Yep, and it certainly was.
Into the Jarvan.
Faker's having a bit of a giggle, but he's obviously going to play Ahri. This is like, and if T1 is still likely to win this game, it doesn't mean I think that this matchup is good. I think it's just not.
I mean, I think generally Ahri has been good into Taliyah historically, but Ahri has been doing terrible in the LCK recently.
Yeah, but let's have a think about it as we get onto the Rift. Yeah, but look at Calix, man. Having a great time.
Yep.
He's doing okay. Okay. That physically hurt Orcs. He has now collapsed on the caster Blanc and is at risk of not being able to get back up. As you can see here, guys.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Like,
yeah.
What it is you throw the E, and it's when you're not 100% confident in it. He threw it and was like, you could tell he wasn't like, because he flashed late, he wasn't, oh no,
oh,
man.
No. Well, cosmically bound. And there is the flash forward from Guma, and he misses it. Okay, 2 can play at that game, I guess, but he takes the magical journey. Through goes Lahens as well. And now he's away from the turret. Bouncing bomb is going to be avoided. Jiu not going to be winning any snowball fights, I don't think.
Okay,
as that was just a cavalcade of errors.
Things are getting goofy right now.
Well, yeah, so Carrier's going to get lit on fire. There's the satchel to bring him back. The flash forward, but it doesn't do anything. Okay. Finally, the kill goes down, but it's a huge trade up for Nongshim.
Oh, I get it. The failed E-flash was mind control.
He's quite close to them, but it's not quite working out here as the magical journey does bring Carrier and Faker in. The charm's going to go wide, and that Zenith Blade landed. As now no aftershock and no way to get out of this one as he does manage to avoid some of the skill shots, but not that last one as Gumayushi's going to even out the kill score. Still, Jiu looking for a few angles here, finds a satchel and says, get out of my lane, Gumayushi. Yeah, and Gideon's coming over. Guma doesn't have flash. The wall is going to come down and Carrier, can he defend? No, he can't. As the sidestep doesn't quite work out, Faker is out of the blue stuff, so he's going to have to get out of the lane, and he is going to do so.
I think the general theme is I'm feeling concerned about a lot of people. I'm feeling concerned about Kingen right now.
Yep, he is just, in a bit of trouble. Does survive
guys,
momentarily.
Have you seen his farm?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no!
Okay, he's good.
He's fine.
He's chilling.
Okay.
He's okay. Yeah.
Doran also doesn't have a lot of mana. Yeah, exactly. So maybe we're just okay. As Kingen is now. Oh, just go home. Just go home. Oh no, just go home.
Oh,
just go home. Just go home. Just go home.
He's so dead.
He is very dead. Well, he's
not dead.
Never mind. He's totally fine. As now in goes Gideon. Mega Inferno Bomb's down as well. Massive damage on the Doran. And the flash forward. Gideon just needs one more auto. He'll find it. As the Zenith Blade in celebration there from Lahens.
But hey, it was a good return play. And again, seeing the value of this Pantheon coming in with the ult, able to turn that play around. In a bit of a bit. Oh no.
Well, Gia's going to have to flash. Does have a satchel. Bit of a fadeaway jump shot there as well. Like that one a lot. I'm going to check Twitch chat just momentarily. Because if you guys can see it, let me know.
That would be, if you weren't already married, that would be the sort of thing that she would say.
There we got a bit of a zoom in here. There's also Kingen likely going down as the Zenith Blade will commit. Mega Inferno Bomb gets the flash. Conversation while a bunch of action was happening around the map as here's a grand Starfall. And Gumayushi not going to get hit by a few of the buttons, but the satchel was already put up. And Jiu's going to knock it down. Another magical journey in here from Carrier as Seismic Shove held onto here by Calix. Man, these sidesteps are looking clean as he does eventually have to flash to get out of the way of the chunk.
Maybe if you ask Wolf, just not picked again. He's really not a fan of it. I'm sure he'll talk about it on the space.
Well, Calix is going to just throw Owner out of his own Cataclysm. But he just gets back in there, and down goes the Taliyah. Nice collapse from T1.
In that situation. Not really any outplay potential there.
No.
once you get Cataclysmed, and you really are going to be the target in this game.
Continue clearing out minion waves. Solo lane's going well here for T1. Still, never mind. Maybe Doran is in a little bit of trouble as Kingin looking for an angle here. As between worlds he goes. As Ju makes his way towards his top side. Gideon was looking to try and punish Doran, but Carrier will be able to back him up. Gets himself out of there with the magical journey. And Doran did want to stick around. Looked a little bit dangerous, but it's another turret mopped up here by Ju, who's playing the Ziggs the way you're supposed to.
That's how you do it. Move him around, get the turrets. Also, notice he didn't satchel the turret there. He saved it.
Oh, look at that. Solar Flare. Perfect sweet spot. Perfect Zenith Blade as well. As Lahen's looking to dive on top of Gumayusi. Last couple of rocks from Calyx are going to get that one done. As Gideon, he's on the Rift Herald, but there is a teleport in to make sure that everyone was safe. Good. Kingin.
Yeah.
Because unless you've immediately got Flash in order to get out of the way, you are just still going to die.
Yeah, it's also like against the Ziggs, you can set up the ult or put a minefield on top of the stasis, so that can backfire later on.
Lahen's and Faker are just fighting. Lahen's doesn't have a lot of follow-up, but maybe someone will turn up, as there's a Grand Starfall. Drake is just going to be locked down as Faker, absolutely zero. They will be able to throw down this Rift Herald towards the bottom side, but it's going to have to take a little bit longer here, as Shelly will need to do a full angle there.
I think it's too tight. I think it's tricky.
Flash out here from Ju. Faker does take a fair bit of damage here, as this Ziggs is still pretty dangerous. Still, they will be able to get this turret because no one on T1 is actually in the area. Nuts, because we've had so many of them over the last couple of days. That's a public execution here onto Faker. Immediately down to 50%, as Kingin has just out of nowhere, even though he's 50 CS down, he's got a lot of value. Seismic Shove just going to be the end of Faker, and now Nongshim finds yet another one. The surprise antics here of Nongshim are catching out T1 as now Doran trying to hop his way out, but another shove! And that Zenith Blade was always gonna hit as Nongshim, yeah, they might lose their Ziggs. He is parked, as there's the charm. He was just standing waiting for it. Chains of Corruption does come down, and now Lahen's is able to go back. Still, Seismic Shove is just gonna be avoided there by Faker. Not enough rocks in the way as Gideon puts up the shield. Teleport in now from the Aurora. The Ambassador actually waiting here as Kingin. Not as quick on the trigger finger, but that is just going to be delivered to death. Jiu trying to get himself out of the way, and everyone flashes forward. Still, he gets the bomb down, and Ona will be taken out as Kingin doesn't quite hit the public execution, but now the wall comes in, and Calyx has just blocked off the carries of T1. Gideon dives on forward. He'll very soon have another stun, but he doesn't need it. That's a spiky old shield, and he's able to take down the Arya. Nongshim set themselves up for an easy autocard.
And Gideon and Calyx massive in this game. Kerry is fishing. He has smite. He has, no, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh, there is absolutely no. Oh my! It went down to 200 health. That was way too close. That was illegal. How close that was. Kerry is still going to die, and they will be able to get the Drake. A massive move here for Nongshim.
You know what's the thing? They nerfed Spellbook Smite.
They did.
They actually nerfed Spellbook Smite, so it doesn't do as much.
Oh my. Okay, let's see. 1500. Trying to time it with the Cosmic Binding, got it down to 213. 213, and then immediately goes down. He was barely in range, actually.
It's kind of similar to when we've had like Rel.
Oh, nice sidestep there from Faker. That was slick. I still don't know whether he's going to quite get himself out of there, as the Q damage kind of absurd. There is the Solar Flare just collecting the slow. Still, that is another satchel to blow off this time.
I mean, this is... Oh, Calyx?
Okay, Calyx is going to be stuck throwing some rocks around here as a Seismic Shove. Not quite going to work, as now Ona going in, gets on top of Jude. Let's see whether he can actually satchel his way out of it, and the answer is absolutely not. Still Kingin getting amongst it, and in melee range with this Ambessa, you're never having a good time. That's a double kill here for the top laner of Nongshim, and he's not done yet. Another shove! As, man, maybe it wasn't the year of Closer. Maybe it's been the year of Calyx this whole time, as he is having a day out here today. 4-1-6.
Now looking towards this Baron. A lot of DPS on it. Doran and Faker not even interested. Gonna look mid. Calyx approaching. He does have stasis, by the way.
Another Seismic Shove, and unfortunately, Doran's not going to be able to escape that way. He does go in between the worlds, but he's just going to leave Faker to die. And, well, he's not. He does come over and offer a couple of buttons, but that may have actually just confirmed his own death. as the flash does come out. Mega Cone. But yeah, we're still going to try and teleport away, but another rock is going to connect. And in the meantime, Nongshim are just taking the Baron. In comes Dew to make sure that secure is more than comfortable. This team.
Yeah. Oh, seeing more plays come out. They're looking for Calyx again. He has Zhonya's.
Yeah, so he is going to be never mind. T1 are just going to get out of here as Kingin not going to get temperedly fated this time around, but he does publicly execute Ona, or at least he attempts to, as he will be able to escape. Cataclysm now on cooldown though, and T1 are kind of scrambling at this stage of the game. Faker looking for an angle, but straight into the solar flare as Lahens! Oh man, that was beautiful! Gumayusi will be able to finish off Calyx, but Faker is also going to die, and Lahens, rightfully so, takes that kill. Meanwhile, Geo is just destroying turrets in this mid lane, and Nongshim collecting more and more gold.
When it's top of the table, a Legends group team against one of the weaker teams in the group is what it looks like. And right now, Nongshim really just running T1 around the map. See target, kill target, carrier. Not where you want to be.
Yeah, the magical journey is not the one he really wanted there as he gets smoked and destroyed. Down he will go. But of course, he's a bard that needs to get vision out. And,
guys,
that's hard.
13 deaths.
As well, Ox. And it's not even your birthday. It's kind of insane. As Grand Starfall does come on down, my god, the damage capabilities here of this team is just ludicrous as Calyx is going to make his way in. Gumayusi trying to get the damage down, but it doesn't quite work as Geo, the fancy feat, but he's still dead. As Doran does manage to at least find the Ziggs, but now they're on the wrong side of the map. Tempered Fate is going to be able to lock up one of these Nexus turrets as the back is trying to come through here as Lahens is on the hunt. Without the Ziggs, taking these structures is hard, but the Bard just kind of disappeared, and now there are no more of these turrets left available. King in plenty of damage himself as Doran's back was interrupted by his former support, and Lahens gonna hold the Aurora in place while Nongshim get their second game victory in the...
And frankly, it just looked like they were styling on them at a point. It felt like Gideon and Calyx were everywhere they wanted to be. Kingin, who was half of Doran's CS, 50 CS down, just finding these public executions. And Ari continues to falter.
Neela is hovered.
I mean, the theory behind this is that he's short-ranged, and obviously you can block the passive from the Braum, but I think you're just going to have a bad time into Ryze as well. Jinx, so playing that long-range pick, this is a lot more what a Trundle and Annie offer to the team. Annie's got a ton of burst, ton of setup.
Oh, it's a Janna angle.
Trundle's got a ton of utility.
Melio
comes through. I mean, it's not the Lulu, but it's got decent peel. But yeah, I mean, I think so much of this comp is reliant on Jiwoo and the Zed. If Ona gets ahead, Jiwoo can't play the game.
Yeah, because Ziggs kind of just took that one away. He is kind of that guy, though. Let's get onto the Rift for game number 3. Oh, Garden Blaze dodged beautifully there as well. As this is also probably going to be a little bit of a rough one for T1 as well.
Do you not feel like that Yorick skin looks like Nasus a little bit? Yep, holding the wave for King and TP in, and now he's going to have to try and defend him. He is very low though. Ona, if you W in UE and an Auto, I think Lahens just dies. Maybe the heal is so low. He's actually just burstable. Oh, and Fake is coming.
Yeah, they're looking for an angle. He can Realm Warp on top of this Melio as well, as Kingin, realizing that even he is not going to be safe, does have the defense of his Maiden here as the Gully Wall does come down. Lahens is still actually able to help Kingin out here as he does flash, but the stun is still going to come through. Still, this is a difficult dive here for T1. As Gumayusi gets tagged by a Q, but otherwise they will be able to make their way out. Still, that is a lot of resources used and not a lot gained, as Geo is just happily farming this bottom lane. That is like untreaded territory, as Gumayusi trying to catch up to Kingin here, and Kingin is very dead. That is going to be a kill going over to Ona. Faker is also dead in the mid lane though, so that first blood will be answered immediately. Could be a weird trade though, as Guliwalt going to trap Gumayusi momentarily, as Carrier once again going for the wraparound. Kingin's used to this one by now, but unfortunately doesn't have much of an answer. There is still an army of ghouls that are in position, and they're not going to quite finish this one off, as now Doran trying to keep himself alive, but he'll actually find the kill onto the Trundle. Even if he dies for this, it's still worth it, but he's surviving for so long. And there he is. Kingin is dead, and Doran is not. finds a cheeky little stun, as we're going to see this from Doran's perspective.
I mean, it's just the counter-strike value is so big. You know, they just can't do any damage to him when it's up. Goes for the burst onto Gideon there. And then just the extra resistances from the ult, able to kite it out. Faker comes out of cover. But,
a bear is going to come on through here, as Faker now has to fight Tibbers and Annie, and unfortunately he's going to lose that 2v1. Mega Death Rocket going to get eaten there by Carrier. No door required, but Gideon in position. This is going to be a tough one. This is a massive wave. And so Gideon moving forward, tanking this one up as best he can. Gumayushi wanting to hunt him down though, and Gio is going to be able to pick up the kill. Gets excited, gets out of the way. Carrier still trying to keep them interested here as the Realm Warp to come on forward, and now Gio, oh, the Flame Kick doesn't connect, and so Gio is just going to die. Faker delivered that kill on a silver platter. Crazy that it's on its last legs like this.
I think if the stun hadn't connected, at least would have bought more time. They would have had to commit more.
All right, everyone comes in. Gideon's in position though to play defense as the death mark comes down. Gio is just dead, and you iterated this earlier on. It's going to be really difficult for Gio to play the game if Owner is fed, and he's fed.
Yeah, he is very fed, and it's already starting to become a problem. The cleanse wasn't available for the hands.
Whether he can. Of course, you do have a fair bit of range, but Carrier is just looking to walk towards Lehans. Going to find the angle here as Lehans is going to get stunned up, but still gets close enough to the turret to keep himself alive. Gio also now at full health, so he's all right.
You know, if Lehans lands a Q while he goes in for the ult, that can be a big turning point in a fight, you know?
Super Mega Death Rocket does absolutely nothing. That could be problematic here, but the Winter's Bite will be avoided here by Gio. He's starting to do some damage, but look at this. Yeah, Death Mark, you're dead. And Owner is going to do it again. This is what we were talking about. And the flash forward, he wants another one, and there's the double. Had the shadow prepped and everything. Oh, God. Every time one of these kills comes in, it just makes the game more and more impossible. As Calyx is looking to try and catch Faker on the rotation, but who's catching who at this point in time? As he's got a dash cannon. That's kind of cute.
Oh!
And Faker just blasts him back. There is Gideon turning up, though. Calyx is able to walk this one out. The counter-strike to be used onto Tibbers as Kingin comes on over. There's the Glacial Fissure, and now the culling is just going to mow down the Maiden. In goes Doran. He's unable to finish off these kills as the kick does come back through, but they can't finish anyone off. Nongshim are at least keeping themselves alive now, but the door goes up and T1 go out.
Not having the flash now on this Jinx, next 5 minutes are going to be hell. I'm just telling you now, Gio, you're not going to have a good time. Oh. You ain't already having a good time. You're going to have a worse time.
Well, Calyx just walked towards Doran. Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto Owner and does nothing at all. Fair bit in the coffers as well, as Nongshim looking to set a trap here. Doran is like...
Kill him.
Yeah, this is the problem that I'm also getting to. Well, they're going to try. They're going to give it their best. As the bear goes down, Doran does eat a fair bit of that CC, but he is going to die in the end.
Okay.
There he goes. Dash cannon to death here by the Annie. And now we've got the stand beside Braum. Gio trying to keep himself alive as Owner gets there on top of the Jinx, but the Emilio trying to keep Gio alive. The culling just barely not able to connect in the barrier, keeping him alive, but somehow the Winter's Bite lands, and Lehans gets the kick back that little bit too late.
The byproduct is winning the game, but the actual goal is killing Gio, and they're doing a very good job at that. Oh, Gideon's looking.
Well, he's just going to walk into three people for now. Kingin trying to make his way over, but Gideon is just dead. And the question of what did he mean by this is on everyone's minds, as Kingin is also dead.
Braum, not the best target.
Well, instead they're going to walk towards Gumayushi. Never mind. The teleport's coming in from T1. Mega Flame Kick is going to push back Guma as they get a teleport for their troubles.
I do want you to notice they did do...
There we go. That's not nothing. As Carrier once again thrown down an ulti, is Gideon going to have to flash. Deathmark comes in, but Owner is trying to get out of there, and the turret shot is going to follow him. So that is a dead Zed for the next 28 seconds.
And that's the sort of punish we can see.
Gideon is not going to be alive for the next 28 seconds. He is in fact dead.
Brother, please.
For 34 seconds. And maybe Gio is not, maybe that was a cast curse. Maybe that's my bad. As Lehans trying his best to keep Gio alive. We're just not going to watch it though. We don't want to, don't want to see it. The other Khan is still in vision though here of Nongshim. So they have information as to what's going on.
I like how you see like Guma peek out like, hello.
Yep.
Oh, control ward's down. No more surprises.
Very cute little doggo there as well. I wonder whether that one's a Jim.
Oh, let's set a trap.
Yeah, Faker is going to find the Rune Prison. The culling is going to get eaten here by Gideon. Another great ult, but the Melio value is gigantic, and this time it's the Zed that goes down. And we do have an excited Geo as well. The zap connects, and now Faker. Can he actually get the AoE? My god, the damage is disgusting, but Guma bites off more than he can chew. And in the meantime, the Yorick is in the bottom lane with the Maiden. And Nongshim are winning the fight. Please give them to me now.
And they have them in the back. Right now, leaning towards Baron and Atakan both up on the top side.
All right, Carrier going to stand beside. I don't know whether he's exactly the engaged target. There is Doran. He'll find their counter-strike, and all of them are dead. Yeah, T1 gave away their tempo vibes for a few seconds, but said no, give them back. And there they go. Nongshim just fall apart. I'm glad we had that moment, though.
When in doubt, Doran. It's that simple. When in doubt, Doran. That stun was just magnificent. You know, the game got a little bit goofy, got a little bit messy. He just comes in and cleans up like that. And now Kingin and Lahens, I don't think he got it.
They certainly don't. Doran dives in yet again, and they're going to be able to take everything down. These Nexus turrets not going to be long for the world either. As Nongshim was a valiant effort, it was almost a comeback angle, and then it just wasn't. And at 26 minutes, T1 will take down the Nexus.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Doran on the side of T1. Congratulations. Thank you. You went to a series against Nongshim and came out on top. How do you feel? We lost game 2, unfortunately, but I think we were able to come back after preparing very hard for game 3, and I'm relieved that we're able to secure this victory. Let's talk about game 1, your Rumble, Rush, Swiftness boots, and so what made you prioritize it against Ornn? I think when it comes to top Rumble, everyone has different preferences on their boots choice. I think I really wanted to focus on the mobility, and I think it was actually a great choice in the end. The enemy tried pulling off lane swap during that game, so despite that, you didn't fall behind in lane. So what was your game plan? During the lane swap, I think we just really were trying to stay ahead in top and bot. And I think we were able to keep our lead and snowball into victory. Game 2 was an unfortunate loss, but in the draft, you guys gave Pantheon away to blind pick Varus. So what was the intention? I think fundamentally, we tried to take the Pantheon away, but I think we had a strategy in mind, and it was just an experimental, like a new testing period. So I think that actually didn't work out as well, but it was an experiment after all. After the draft, actually, we ended up noticing we were well aware that the value of our champions were not very high. And so I think we just have to make sure that we prepare a better draft next time around. And then in game 3, we got a Jax versus Yorick matchup in top. And the gap in the top scaling was pretty big. And what did you think of the matchup? I think because we were able to take some advantage after the swap, it went pretty well, but against Yorick, which is a really good laning champion, when you lose in the beginning, it's really hard to come back. In game 3, we saw how spicy Nongshim could be, but what denied that spice was your Jax. So in this highlight, how are you able to find this engage angle? I think I just went in after checking that the enemy mid and AD carry didn't have flash, and I was pretty confident in this moment. Were you sure that you would win after this? Honestly, because game 2 didn't go as well, I was not even expecting it to go well. Actually, I wasn't expecting to get this POM today, but I'm surprised. And T1's stats in rounds 3 and 4 are pretty incredible with 29 minutes average game time, which is the shortest, with the most kills but least death, the ideal team stats. So what strength does T1 have that creates a graph like this? I think it really comes down to how good our teammates are really good at trading and just fighting in general. And I feel like this meta, where team fighting is so important, our teammates, our players are just really good. And now that you have KT, Hana, and Genji left as your remaining opponents, what mindset do you have to secure second place? Honestly, we're really thirsty for a second place. And because there's not a lot of time left until the playoffs, I think we're just trying to make sure that our performance is as high as it can get until then. And that's the end of the interview with Doran, and back to the space. Thank you.